Supressors. So welcome everybody to BigGunner81 Live, presented by Splinter Precision, the Ranger 35. We got Pete in the house with us tonight. Eggleston Munitions and Applied Arsenal Finishes. So yeah, welcome everybody. We kind of introduced everybody we got here with us tonight. I know we had a couple of people that were going to join us. They might jump in during the show, having some technical issues. Some people having issues with the internet connection and so forth and whatnot. So technology can be finicky sometimes, I guess. Anyhow, so kind of kick things off. I mentioned we got Pete Negro in the house from the Ranger 35. We've also got with us, welcome Pete. Also got with us Corey as well from Southern Style Beards.
Hey guys,
Corey.
How's it going?
And we got Charlie from Atlas Defense. So welcome. Thanks for joining us. Just, kind of running tonight with basically some open topics, whatever we want to talk about. And you guys all out there watching in YouTube world, we'll be following, the live chat that goes along with the video as well. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that you want to throw out there throughout the show, just let us know. So anyhow, a couple things we're going to kind of start out with, I guess, a little bit of discussion. One of the things that I'm looking at maybe doing some work with, I got one of the, basically a blank slide from Splinter Precision. I say blank, it's basically fully machined and usable slide. You just have to assemble it. It's got the provisions for your front and rear sight and so forth. But it is truly, blank slide. It's just very much a blocky slide, squared off slide. You can take it to your favorite machinist and have them do some nice serrations and porting and so forth. And one of the things I like to do is maybe throw like the channel logo on the side or something, maybe some cool serrations and some porting, of course. And I'm kicking around the idea of adding the provision for like an RMR on it. Don't know yet. Just it's a blank canvas to dream on and get put together. So anyhow, Charlie, since you're kind of new being with us tonight here, so if you want to tell a little bit about what you do and everything. Unless he might have froze up there, I'm not sure.
Say that again?
I was just saying if you want to share a little bit about what you do and kind of your background.
All right. Well, I am Charles Charlie Watson from Atlas Defense. You might have seen us in a previous television show or two. Then I also am recently retired from. I was a firearms examiner and a crime scene guy there for 21 years, and so I did that for I did that and recently retired from that and kind of looking to go do something else. This is Sam. Sam's going to be, and now I'm the marketing director for Atlas Defense, which is the company that Joe Mo started, and I work with him, and we make some machine guns and Mark 19 grenade launcher. So
cool stuff. I know your internet's a little bit choppy, but you kind of get bits and pieces of what you're saying there, unfortunately. So yeah, actually, in fact, like you mentioned about make machine guns and stuff and whatnot. I know you also do some AR-15s as well, and of course not a machine gun, but we're actually using one of the lowers from your company for the 50 States AR-15 project as well. So we've got that in there for Louisiana. Yeah. So
I just turned my computer off, which was also running the Wi-Fi, so that I may be better now.
Yeah, it just actually cleared up a little bit, so hopefully it'll be a little better. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing the Louisiana build. Haven't gotten too far into finding all the components for it yet, but it's going to be based on an Atlas Defense lower, so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome, dude. I feel like our products are competitive with pretty much everything everybody's got out there, man. It's
oh yeah.
We got lowers, and we're doing, like I said, our suppressors. We've got some really cool suppressor projects in the works. So
yeah, speaking of suppressors, I know we've got one of your Mojo comps that's set up to be able to run a suppressor on it.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I recently moved to a semi-free state, I guess, much more freer than Illinois was as far as certain restrictions and firearms. I'm going to be looking at, getting into suppressors at some point as well, at least picking up one or two. And I'm thinking that would be kind of cool to do for the Louisiana build. Get one of your suppressors to put on that too.
Yeah, if you've already got if you have the compensator, or the flash hider or whatever, all of ours have the external threading that's proprietary to our suppressor anyway.
Yep.
So nobody else's stuff is going to fit it.
Yep.
So yeah, we're actually doing a redesign on our 30 cal suppressor right now. It's actually coming out a lot cleaner even than our better ones. It's a little bit smaller design.
Awesome. So what's that process like? Because for me, I've never bought a suppressor at this point. What is that process like as far as purchasing one? You go to your gun store, you see one, you buy it. I mean, how does it all work with that kind of paperwork and stuff?
Well, now it's a lot easier than it has been in the past, thanks to a company called Silencer Shop. That's a company that not only stocks a lot of suppressors, but they also have been working on streamlining the process of getting your suppressor to you because of the legal hurdles that are involved. You used to have to go get fingerprinted and go get photographs and that kind of thing. Well, through Silencer Shop now, they have there's certain stores that have a kiosk in them. It's a little stand-up kiosk, and with this kiosk, you can do your fingerprints. You download an app on your phone, and you use the app to take your picture. Or sometimes you can do it on the kiosk, depending on how well the kiosk is set up. And then you can pay the tax stamp with your credit card through the kiosk. In addition to which, Silencer Shop just released last week in a news release that they have been working with the ATF in order to use a barcode scan to populate the fields that the ATF has to use to do the background check. Before now, they had to retype every one of these all the time. Now they can go boop, and it'll just scan with a barcode, and then it'll populate the field. So we're looking at from what was looking at a 6-month wait for suppressors is going to drop to 3 or less. And there's also doing instant approvals for Form 3s. Form 3 is dealer to dealer. And so those are pretty much instantaneous electronic transfers now. So that's freeing up the resources of the analysts that were doing the background check stuff before with the instant check. So we're looking at some plummeting times on waits for suppressors.
That's awesome. Definitely. So
it's still a $200 tax stamp, but I can't really get around that. Silencer Shop does charge an extra $5 on top of that. It's $205 instead of $200, but that tax hasn't gone up since 1935.
Right, absolutely. So here's a question too: how does that work if you end up moving from state to state? Of course, each state's laws are different and everything, but if you own a suppressor, you just have to notify ATF you're moving, or how does that work?
There's a form you fill out and let them know that you're moving. You're also supposed to notify if you're transporting it from state to state. There's some laws that you need to adhere to for that, but it's not a huge deal. Basically, if you're moving to a state that is also suppressor friendly, which 42 or 43 states now will allow suppressors. So now you basically notify. It's a notification to the ATF saying I'm moving to this. This is my new address. I'm taking my stamp and my suppressor with me, and then you go.
Oh, nice. So, I know Pete, when I was in the process of moving down here too, there still was some push for getting suppressors legalized in Illinois. Do you know where we're at with that?
Yeah, what happened was House Bill 1657 in Illinois. It's a dealer licensing bill. Threw everybody off their game because we had to refocus on fighting that dealer licensing bill.
Right.
So that's where all the energy went. Everybody thinks that we're getting closer, and Governor Ronner just signed a partial repeal of the switchblade, automatic knife.
Yeah, law. I heard that. So if you have a concealed carry permit?
You have a concealed carry permit, you can now have an automatic knife, which is a good start. Nothing to do with suppressors, however.
Yeah, but it's still freedom.
Yeah, we had to get past. It's a good step in the right direction. We had to get past that dealer licensing bill, which we did successfully, working with the Illinois State Rifle Association, the NRA, and all the dealers and manufacturers coming together. We're not completely out of the woods on that yet, but NRA has been pretty hopeful that we can get past that. In fact, I bought my class 3 SOT a year ago or so and just renewed it just so that we could be positioned when they finally legalize them here in Illinois.
Nice. Well, when you start carrying them, Yeah, talk to Eccles Defense.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Charlie,
Yeah.
what agency did you retire from?
Louisiana State Police.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
I'm
much.
I'm a retired Illinois State policeman.
Man, the Illinois State Police Crime Lab Firearms Unit has trained more firearms examiners than almost anywhere else. It's one of the best units in the country.
Good to
I know I have a lot of friends out of there. So, yeah, 21 years of digging up old ladies in the middle of the night and running all over the state and stuff. Well, you know what? I'm looking for the next big adventure, and I think I'll be okay. You know.
I think you will. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you very much. You too.
Thanks.
So if we're coming into back to the suppressor thing, you know, someone who's looking to get started into to buy their first suppressor, you know, I think we kind of talked a little bit off air about that too, about 22 maybe, trying that out. So what kind of options would you recommend as far as what you guys sell?
Well, we have our 22 suppressor is the lightest on the market. It's 2.7 ounces. It's called the Copus. It's an all aluminum suppressor, and it's completely indestructible. We tried to kill it. We put it on an AM180, if you know what that is, and did full auto mag dumps of about 4,000 rounds, and it did not break the suppressor. It got real hot, but that's all that happened. We were trying to kill it, but it wouldn't. We tried to test everything to destruction, and we weren't able to destroy it. The only one of these that has been destroyed, and it didn't even destroy the tube, was somebody screwed one on the end of a 9mm to the PPQ to say, oh, hey, look, buddy, these are the same threads. And then apparently somebody picked it up and shot it. And it launched our baffle stack downrange and crushed it. But the tube itself stayed intact. So we were able to put another core back in it and send it back to the guy. Just a little bit of a bulge on the side of the tube did not affect the suppressor in any way, shape, or form. So that's our 22 suppressor. Right now, I mean, its MSRP is around $300. Sometimes it goes for less. You're not going to get a better suppressor for the money, and a lifetime guarantee does mean lifetime guarantee, even if you're dumb enough to put a 9mm through it. Our 9mm suppressor we call the Pilum. It's another 7075 aluminum can. It's all anodized except for the steel lid. The MSRP on it's $500. It's right now we have it on sale for less than that too, and it comes with the Nielsen device, or the little piston that you have to have on the end of it, that will allow it to work on a Glock or most of the tipping barrel pistols. A lot of the major manufacturers out there that sell a bunch of the bigger name suppressor dealers, when you get your tax stamp back and you go pick up your suppressor, you can't put it on your Glock unless you spend another $85 for the what we call the Nielsen device. So we include one mounting system with every one of our suppressors, and our suppressor can also be has other mounting pieces for $45 a piece, and you can put it on anything you want, like a standard 1/2x28. We even do that goofy 13.5 by whatever left-hand thread the Scorpion's got. The Big Mac, the Small Mac, the Uzi, the 3-lug. The 3-lug costs a little bit more because we got to buy that part, and we don't manufacture it. But you know, it's worth having, because then you can huck it on the end of an MP5 and call it good.
Nice.
Works with 300 blackout subsonic. So it's incredibly versatile. You know, in a world where somebody doesn't want to you spend the $200. You want to get the most out of your $200 tax stamp and have it be versatile. And that's the best way to go. And like we talked about earlier for the 22 can, I like 22 suppressors because you can take the individual ones, the little ones, because you can take them off and put them on other guns. You know, you can reconfigure. You just get a Ruger 1022 barrel or the Ruger American. The Ruger American's a phenomenal rifle because they sell with a threaded barrel, and it's a bolt gun, and it takes Ruger 1022 mags. So it's a phenomenal piece. So you get your suppressor, you put it on that, you can put it on a 1022 with a threaded barrel, or you can put it on a pistol. It's incredibly versatile for that. The other thing we're making is the OSS. Our OSS pistol is a dedicated integral suppressed pistol, but it has a 3.9-inch barrel. It can never go supersonic. It's built on the Ruger 2245. It looks like the OSS pistol from back in the day, from the days of the old OSS pre-CIA days. I'm getting one of those made for me personally. MSRP on it right now is $900. You're not going to get an integral pistol for anything cheaper than that. The next one up in the market is about $1,500, and it's not as quiet.
Speaking of integrally depressed, what are your thoughts on some of the integrally depressed barrels? Like, I've seen, at least one company that offers them for like the 1022 platform. I don't know whether they'd work with, for example, the ZK22. For those who don't know what that is, that's the bullpup conversion that Eccles makes for the Ruger 1022. I'm not sure the diameter if it would fit or not. But what are your thoughts on those integrally suppressed barrels?
Well, if it's a .90 barrel, it will fit the ZK22 kit because we designed it for that. That's the standard bull barrel diameter, so that will fit the ZK22 kit. If it's .90, the integrally suppressed barrels are great. I like a lot of them. They've been bouncing around different forms or formats of those things for a number of years. The one Ruger makes is actually super quiet and is really neat. They're neat parts, but again, you don't have the versatility with them. You can't take them off of that gun and put them on another one. So and you have to weigh what you get. You need to shoot that against a suppressor like our Pilum, our Copas, our little suppressor, and see if it's any quieter. You can only get a 22 so quiet. And then after when you get it to a certain decibel reduction, then you start thinking about what tone you want. Do you want a deep tone? Do you want a higher tone? And that's a user preference thing. So some of those parts are actually, they're fantastic parts. They've been working around for a while. I like some of them. Some of them are pretty neat, but again, it's a dedicated part in a world where sometimes versatility is preferable.
Right. My thought was, for the pro side of having an integrally suppressed barrel, is the overall length of the rifle. The bullpup helps make that be a shorter, more compact unit, and if you have the suppressor on that, it can add a little bit of length to it.
We've worked with Tactical Solutions in the past, and we've tried to get them, and it's going to come eventually. There's going to be a barrel that's going to have the barrel's going to be 16 inches long, but there's only going to be 10 inches of actual barrel, and the last 6 inches are going to be tube. And then you'll be able to have threaded down inside it. You put your suppressor down and screw it down on the inside of that, and call it good. Okay.
Yeah, I have actually seen where they've had some setups that were kind of similar to that, where they had a basically to kind of shorten the length of the barrel and lighten it up, and they had like a tube at the end that was kind of like I don't want to say a flash hider or something kind of design. I forget. I've seen this where it's basically kind of gives the idea if not thread a dummy suppressor in the center of it or something.
That's kind of. But this was just literally make the last 6 inches out of a hollow tube, where it's a 16-inch barrel, but it's only 10 inches of rifling.
Okay.
And so then you can fit your suppressor down in the inside of it into the tube and screw it down, and then still be able to have sort of an integrally suppressed barrel with a suppressor you can remove and do other stuff with.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. It's kind of like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago maybe, we had Tim from TACCOM on, and Tim, he had he took for the people running the pistol cover carbines, 9mm. He wanted to make a really lightweight barrel design, so he took I want to say it was like a 10-inch, I forget the length of it, but a very, very short barrel, and he pressed an aluminum tube over it and then pinned and welded the aluminum tube onto the barrel to make the overall length of the barrel, the 16 inches that you needed, but it was just basically an aluminum shroud that ran the length of the 16 inches that were required. And I said, hey, that's a pretty cool concept to make a lighter weight barrel, and kind of work around that length issue, especially with the 9mm, where, the length of 16 inches probably, I imagine, doesn't add that much to the velocity. It might take some away. I really don't know.
16 are starting to lose a little bit with 9mm. Optimal for 9mm, I think, is somewhere closer to 11 or 12 is your optimal for maximum velocity, which is why those 9mm pistols are taking off really well. The AR-15 9mm pistols with like the blade brace or the SIG brace or what have you on the back. Yeah, so those are super groovy because then you can really stick a suppressor on the end of it, have an overall 16-inch length or 17, 18-inch barrel, and have something super groovy.
Yeah, I like that. I've thought about just for the hell of it building a 9mm AR pistol at some point. It's on the list. Maybe I'll do that with the that receiver that we talked about earlier there, Pete. Maybe that'll be what I do with that one. I'm not sure.
My next build's got to be an integrally suppressed 45 AR-15. It takes grease gun mags.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. It should be. It will make no noise, none, because 45 can never be supersonic. So it should sound like the bolt slapping forward is really what it should sound like. I'm looking forward to it. We're trying to work out the particulars. I'm getting the upper sorted out. I've got the lowers. What I found, one of these exotic lowers I picked up somewhere, somebody sent it in back to the TV show or something, and it takes grease gun mags, which are available. Like you can get them, and they're reliable and they work great. So I'll call it the Atlas M3 or something.
So that's a single stack mag?
It's a double stack. It's the M3 grease gun from World War II.
Okay. I can't picture in my head right now. I have an idea what the grease gun looks like. It looks like a grease gun, but I can't picture the mag. So
it's a metal magazine. It's a stack and a half.
Okay. That's interesting. But yeah,
it'll be a one-off. It's not something we can produce. It'll be a one-off.
Yeah, no, I understand. When it comes to that, like the production thing, you have to look at the dollars and cents of it for sure, and
but also
machining and all that.
Yeah, watch closely though, because we're about to release a limited production run of what we call the AKSV, which is the AK Sneezing Velociraptor. It's an integrally suppressed AK-47 in a way that's never been attempted. It has a fully integral gas system. The gas system is integral to the suppressor itself. So it's going to be expensive, but it's going to be cool. We're going to do a limited run. So you just keep your eyes peeled for those. We'll have more media and more stuff about that out soon.
Speaking of which, do you have any events planned like coming up pretty soon that you guys are going to be attending?
We will be, well, if you're in Louisiana, we'll be in, we're going to be down at Arms Merchant LLV for Labor Day. They have we have a Second Amendment weekend here in Louisiana where you don't pay sales tax for the state.
Wow.
On guns. And then I think we're going to try to make it to Vegas to go bring some machine guns up to range 702 for the Mayweather fight.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, we went to the Mayweather Pacquiao fight and we rented machine guns to a bunch of tourists, and me and Joe had a ball up there.
That is cool. I know I saw some videos where people are shooting the ZK-22 full auto, and I'm like, that's something I want to try one day.
Hey, we usually bring the bug zapper. We call it the bug zapper. We should have it almost everywhere we go these days. It's an open bolt machine gun, and it also runs the CCI quiets.
Oh, nice.
So, cool. Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. But it's so fun. But I just get tired of loading for it.
Oh, yeah, I can believe it. I was looking at that, too. I'm like, for loading the Ruger 1022 mag, so I was looking at some of the speed loader for them. At some point,
there's a guy out of Alaska that makes a magazine that's bear with me, it's a clip-fed magazine. It's like you take it's a little box, and you shake it. The ammo sorts itself in there, and you run the clip up over the back of it, and you take the clip and you stick it in the magazine. And it's actually one of the few magazines that has enough mag pressure to run the bug zapper, because the bug zapper is so fast, it's like 1,600 rounds a minute. Most magazines can't keep up.
Wow. No,
so I can't think of the name of that magazine right now. I'll think of it later. But it's a guy out of Alaska. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah, I can't think of it. There's another one I heard of was, I think, McFadden Lightning Loader or something.
No, it's that. I know you talk. That's not it. It's like it's CG Mags or something like that. It's not an intuitive name. The guy needs to rename his stuff.
Nice. Yeah, no, I was looking for something because we recently put together that Tactical Innovations Ruger 1022 Gatling gun build, and yeah, I still got to do a little. Actually, I did a little tweaking on it. I got to take it back to the range and test it out again. But loading the mags up for that thing takes some time, and just like I want to find something I can just shake these things and kind of crank them into the mags and whatnot. Of course, I also still want to get some 50-round drums for it or something too. But just because it's kind of fun.
The little coffin drums are kind of fun. So
I saw those. I don't know if are they still being made though.
I don't. That's a great question. I haven't seen any new ones, but I haven't shopped for them. Yeah,
I forget who makes them, what the name of the company was, but I did see those. I think I had that talk with Dennis before. I believe when we were talking about the ZK-22. I think he said those would work in it, but the other drum mags wouldn't because the height of the because the shape of them, whatever.
Yeah,
how it's recessed.
I'll send you a PM when I figure out what that magazine is that works. It's a neat system. The guy's he's really put a lot of thought into it. It's a very effective little magazine system, and I've used it. It does work. So I'll get you that in a PM. I'll have to do some Googling and figure it out.
Oh, that's cool. I appreciate that for sure. So I noticed Dustin over here is kind of looking at something. Hey, is that a 3D printer in the background?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. No, I didn't know if I had my mic on. Yeah, it's 3D printer.
Oh, nice. You make any cool things on that?
Yeah, man. My buddy has a a custom hot rod, and I was slowly printing out his cab. If you look him up, his name is Village Customs. He took two M35 or deuce and a half cabs, welded them together to make a quad cab.
Oh, wow.
It runs like 42-inch tires. I mean, it's slammed on the ground. It's got a Cummins on it. Dude, it's pretty badass. So I was like making that for him as like a
model
project. And then I make there's other stuff I've got. Scope levers. Oh, I got one second. I can show you real quick. Hold on. Oh.
Okay. Something I've always wanted to have is a 3D printer to play with. And by the way, I know I mentioned TACCOM earlier. TACCOM has a lot of 3D files too for all types of accessories and stuff you can print. Things that maybe that he designs that maybe he doesn't find very profitable for himself to sell and manufacture. So he provides the files for people who have 3D printers who want to just make their own components and so forth. So hey, we got another Rick involved here with us too. I don't know if you can hear us.
We have a Rick. Do we have a Morty? We have a Rick and a Morty?
I have no idea.
Well, what's up, Dub?
Yeah.
Welcome, Rick. Thanks for joining us. So,
Thank you.
yeah. So, Dustin, you're just kind of saying about some of the stuff you're making with your 3D printer. I'm sorry. Well,
You're
is that
muted,
like
Dustin.
Oh, yeah,
You're
muted.
muted, brother.
We lost your mic or
Oh,
whatever.
there we go. Sorry.
All right.
It came unplugged when I got out.
Was that an engine block?
This is a Toyota motor. It's a 22R. It's what came in the like early 90s Tacomas.
Okay.
But like you can put it's all there. Rods, pistons.
Oh, wow.
I've got the head. I mean it's cool for kids if they want to see how like an internal combustion engine works. They can see it. And there's like a little battery that powers it and spins it.
That's awesome. Also, the 22R is one of the best motors ever made by mankind.
Oh yeah, like no, you can be like a cylinder down and the thing will still run and you won't notice because it's like a Mitsubishi. I'm gonna regret this. A 4G60
Tracker? The tracker?
No, I'm saying like the Eclipse motors, the 4-bangers that they had. You could run excuse my language. You could run a shit ton of boost out of them, and they still keep on getting it. The only thing you had to worry about was the crank walking out.
They put that motor in the tracker. A buddy of mine had one, and it only ran on 3 of the 4 cylinders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he used it like a 4-wheeler in the woods.
Right.
And it never. It's. I think it's still running.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, right down the road from me, he has one, and he had to do a head gasket on it. But other than that, that's all he's ever had to do to it. And I was like, his grandfather's. He bought it new, then he gave it to his dad, or some, all the family story stuff. You know how it exchanges hands in the family. But that's pretty cool. I've been looking at getting one because I need a truck. I don't need a truck. I want a truck.
You should find you an old Toyota T100 and just beat the bejesus out of it.
Well, the thing is like I've got a 5.9 Cummins in my shop, like just sitting there. I've got a transmission from a Dodge 3500 just sitting there. Like, I want to build me a truck, like build me a truck up. But then at the same time, it's like, it'd be a lot easier just paying $5,000-6,000 and just having a truck that's already ready to roll out. You can drive.
I tell you what, that's one thing I noticed from being down here in the South. You see a lot of older vehicles that you wouldn't see in halfway decent condition as far as the body. There isn't the rust like we have in the Salt Belt up in Illinois.
Oh yeah.
And my truck, the rear on the bed. I know we're off topic a little bit from guns, but
dude, it's trucks. It's cool.
Exactly, it's America.
America.
So the bed of my truck, Ford F250. they send it right out around the wheel wells. Mine's been doing that, and it just sucks. You come down here and you see trucks that are like the same age or older, and they're not like that.
2001 Chevy 2500, 3/4 ton. Hell yeah! I mean, it's got an LS1 in it. It's never going to stop running.
That's what you're driving?
Yeah, that's what I drive.
Nice.
It's rusted. It's green. It's awesome. I don't care.
Well, that's like when I used to race. What you would get is you would get a Mustang, a Fox body, and if you wanted to go fast, you would swap it out and put an LQ9 motor in it, which is a 6-liter out of a Chevy pickup truck. It just had a cast iron block, and you could get them cheap.
That's what I have in my truck. Yeah.
Yeah, and just build your turbo kit, take the headers, and swap them over on each side. So the right would go to left, left going to right. So it would shoot toward the radiator. Build your turbo, and that mother would run 10.5 all day long if you can drive it right. It was fun. I mean, it's cheap, right?
Nice. That reminds me of a story too about back when I was doing Corvettes and everything and working on them. Somebody traded into the dealership, C5 Corvette, and they probably had a built motor in it originally, and they basically took a 5.3 truck motor and swapped it into the Corvette just for the trade-in to pull their nice aluminum LS1 or wherever they built up out of it. And of course, dealership's like, yeah, that's not right because obviously the aluminum block shouldn't be rusting. So, but yeah, we've seen all kinds of engine swaps like that and whatnot. But that's pretty cool to be able to build stuff like that off a 3D printer and whatnot. And I'm hearing now you can do like with 3D printers and stuff, you can do like rubber, I guess, like print with rubber material.
Yeah, you can do like Ninja Flex is one of them.
So, yeah, I'm not sure all the filaments they have available, but I know Tim at TechCom was talking about
like
that.
Wood, you've got filaments that have like impregnated wood, carbon fiber. I think there's a steel.
There's one with copper, I think, too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all about like if your printer will do it. Like this printer is a Chinese printer. Yeah, I know, but it's a knockoff of MakerBot.
Okay.
And believe it or not,
so it looked like I thought.
Yeah, this one is actually better than MakerBot. You want rigidity? It's more rigid. It's more rigid. It has more rigidity in it. The build plate is sturdier, so that's the part that the actual
your piece
is up and down, so it doesn't vibrate and all this other mess like the MakerBots had. But now, I mean, MakerBots, they're made in China now.
Okay. I'm asking, what does something like that run right now? Because I haven't priced them out for a while.
This one runs like $800, but I got this one off of Craigslist because a dad and a son bought it, thinking that they could just hit like print and they would get a part out, and it's more complicated than that. So they got frustrated, and I just happened to find it on Craigslist when they got real frustrated. So I got it like $600.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. That the software and the designing end of it, that I have to learn to try to use one of those. I have no doubt about that. I can see how easily someone will get frustrated with it for sure.
I mean, the design aspect is you could use Fusion 360, which is made by Autodesk. I'm a CAD guy, so I mean, I do this all day, every day at work, right?
Right.
You can use that. That's free. The only thing you need is like your slicing software. So that's what basically like I got my peanut butter jar. It takes it and slices it down and basically builds a layer, right? So that's how your 3D models are printed, by a layer, right? It does that, and then you're just programming like the speeds and feeds of it to make your print. You can refine it depending on what you're doing, what type of filament, and the temperatures and stuff. But I mean, it takes some getting used to, just like anything, right? It's just a matter of just sticking with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to talk to you more about that offline because that's something I've always been interested in as far as, just for prototyping or making, you can make functional parts. Really cool. Charlie's got his phone blowing up there, huh?
Yeah, well, my phone wouldn't search, and so I found my an old phone I had laid up here, and I hadn't turned it on in forever, and now it's blowing up. And I'm going to turn it back off because I found out what I needed. They're called HC Mags.
HC Mags.
Yeah.
Cool. So everybody out there watching, what does it say? Rust makes speed holes. Oh, I guess Sean out on YouTube was talking about the discussion about the rust. I was mentioning about the vehicles and stuff. He says rust makes speed holes. Yeah, it also adds character to it. Or when you're walking by and like your clothing catches on the sharp corner of your truck, that's always fun. I did that the other day. So I don't know. So Pete, I know you have been kind of quiet. How's everything going at the range? I know there's a big Glock reveal and stuff going on.
Yeah, the new top secret Glocks come in tomorrow.
Okay.
So, yeah, well, we were part of the pre-release. I think there was 100 stores around the country that got the early release on these. So Saturday, we're gonna have our big launch party. Got a couple of the new guns that are going to be in the rental program, and we've got 18 of the new models for sale Saturday morning when we open. 13 of one model and 5 for the other. And
so is it a new generation basically?
Well, that's the speculation, but nobody knows. And we all signed non-disclosure agreements.
Gotcha.
So I'll know tomorrow, although I've obviously signed a non-disclosure agreement and not at liberty to discuss it, but I will be excited to check them out tomorrow.
So yeah, once you're able to release that information, we gotta do something with that.
Yeah, Saturday first thing. In fact, I might even stay awake late and do it at 12:01 a.m. on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, so it'll be out. We will make sure we get it out on social media and our mailing list. So stay tuned. You can either, as you know, Rick, check us out at The Range at 355 on Instagram and Twitter, and then our Facebook page.
Are you gonna do like a video reveal of it once you're allowed to?
I'm gonna have the GoPro on Saturday, man. Checking it out. So. Yeah, so first 50 people in the store get a Glock hat. 2 winners get a little package. It's $10 to come in and try out. 20 rounds, $10, free lane time while you're shooting a target. Should be a fun day.
That's a fantastic deal.
Yeah, not bad to test them out. And
no,
like I say, we've got 15 or 13 of one of the models, 5 of the other. I don't even know what they are. Everybody's speculating that it's Gen 5s.
Right.
Scuttlebutt is that the model numbers don't match up with a new gen, but my guess is it might be a little subterfuge by Glock. I don't know.
So we'll find out if they're going to look like this.
You will find out Saturday. Yeah, so Saturday morning we'll blast that out right away.
Awesome. I'm excited. So, yeah, I wish I could be there for that event.
Yeah. We need BigGunner81 TV going, man.
I know. I was going to talk with our buddy Joe and see if he was going to maybe stop in there and so forth.
Yeah, let me know, because if Joe wants, I'm going to get there early. We've got the Federalist Society coming in Saturday morning. So I'm going to be in there early and get ready to kick that off. If Joe wants to come in, he could be the first one to get some filming as the partner to BigGunner81.
Yep, that's what we've actually been talking about, working together on some projects and stuff. Especially, be kind of cool to have somebody in different areas to be able to get some coverage on some of the things we can't always travel and do. Yeah, and he's helped out a bit with like Generatio and whatnot as well, which is really cool.
Well,
and Andy's helped out with 50 States project as well. He's contributed with that on a few things, which has been really great.
Yeah, and I can get you at least some like B-roll footage if you want to put something together.
Yeah, that's cool. I appreciate it.
Charging up the GoPro, man.
There you go. Yeah, speaking of that, we haven't seen you do anything with the drone at all lately.
The drone is going to be out this week too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for the Big Glock kickoff. Yeah, and so not to segue into Gun Run 2, or 2 Gun Run, coming up October 7th, but I was just met with Grunt Style today. We're getting the drone out to have a little fun. We're I know I've said this before, but we're going to blow it out. We've got Tori Nanaka coming. Shane Coley's coming back. A lot of our friends that are going to be involved again, the Tactical Edge and Hyperfire triggers.
Oh, nice.
So this time it's going to be a pro-am, and looked at a draft of the stages today. So we know we're going to have another good match, a lot of good prizes.
And it's been one of the funnest things too, is watching this grow. You know, not just and watching it grow, the range grow from being an empty lot that we did that interview at, you know, a couple years ago, wherever, to now also seeing all the matches. They just keep getting better and better and better. You know, and seeing that growth has just been really cool and firsthand and everything.
Well, and Rick, you know, from being around us, we want to make this better, more efficient, less downtime, you know, constantly trying to improve on the stages, the prize table. The coverage of this is going to be great. You know, Grunt Style's got some new team members in place. We're going to have camera angles on camera angles on camera angles.
Nice.
So it's going to be great.
That is definitely. Yeah, I wish we could make that one. We kind of came down to the whole decision of, do we spend the flight money to go, or money on the flights to go back to Illinois and try to travel, you know, firearms, or figure all that out, or we also got an invite to the Iraq Veteran 888 shoot in Georgia that same weekend, and it's a lot closer. So the driving and whatnot, and even the hotel stay is still be like a little more affordable. Plus, it's something we haven't done before, even though each event is different at, you know, the two-gun run, of course, so it's, you know, it's never the same, but it just kind of came down logistically to try this because it's something new we haven't been to. So that's where we're going to be that weekend.
Well, as shooters, we get it, you know.
Yeah.
The IV 8888 guys are fantastic. They spent like 4 days at our shop 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Look for some super cool videos to come out from them. I cooked for them. We did garballs, which is like a unique kind of a Louisiana thing, and they got to go like bow fishing with Joe and some of the other guys, and so there should be some super groovy videos from those guys coming out with us in it. All four of them just absolutely stand-up guys. Had a ball just hanging out with them. So that's a good shoot. I haven't been, but I've heard good reports. We went, I guess, last year or the year before. We brought a bunch of the good hardware.
Yeah, nice.
So we should be able to bring that stuff back again. We'll probably show back up with a Mark 19 grenade launcher. So, you know, go play with that.
Nice.
We'll have it. I don't know how much ammo we're going to have for it, but we'll at least, at least have it out there. People can like pretend.
Yeah, get a picture with it.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I may have mentioned, I don't know if we sit on when we were live or not, but we're working on the Georgia rifle build for the States project. I don't know that I'll be able to get it done in time, but it'd be awesome to be able to have the Georgia rifle built and completed and take it there to Georgia and shoot it off at the Iraq Veteran 888 shoot. I think that'd be really cool. If not, and if not, I've got my American flag rifle that hasn't had a lot of attention lately. That's just, you know, sitting there on display looking pretty most of the time. That, you know, I'm sure if you've been following on Instagram or on YouTube, on BigGunner81 channels there or pages, you've seen it many times. In fact, Cerakote actually took I took a really nice photo myself of it when I first got my DSLR, the ones in the white background, and our Cerakoter, Applied Arsenal Finishes and Gunworks out in Waterman, Illinois, did the work on it, and Cerakote actually took the photo and started using it as like a stock photo on their website. They, you know, put the Cerakote logo on the bottom and everything. And I'm like, hey, that's cool. You know, I don't care. You know, it's their coating that's on it, even though if the work's done by someone else and it's my rifle, I like that it's being shared. I think that's awesome. So, yeah, cool stuff. So maybe we'll take that out and shoot that. I don't know what we'll bring with and whatnot. Again, it's gonna be the first time going, so we're gonna kind of take it all in and learn what we can and how that event's all ran and everything. So, looking forward to it, and looking forward to doing, you know, as many other events as possible. And also we do shooting matches and stuff, which brings up a discussion I was mentioning off air too. I did a video about this recently, and I just lost the other piece. Here it is. So I'll talk about this. This is Laura's M&P Pro, hence the purple trigger, because I know I've gotten some people give me some flack about purple trigger. Well, it's not my pistol, it's Laura's, and she wanted a purple trigger, so there you go. So we're out at the range, never banged this front sight on anything, but I'll just kind of give a demonstration. She asked me to check out the sights and where they're hitting and so forth, because they seem like they're hitting a little low. I took a couple shots, agreed, yeah, it was shooting kind of low, so I adjusted the rear sight. And after that, you know, took a couple more shots with it. I was like, it looks like it's still maybe shooting a little low. But I'm like, let me try it a couple more times to kind of make sure it's not me, you know. We take a couple more shots with it, and I was like, pew, pew, and the whole sight came right off. It snapped right off. It wasn't banged on anything. It was really strange. But to follow up to the video, because when I made the video, I didn't get a chance to contact Smith & Wesson or anything. I sent an email to HiViz, who makes these sights apparently, and they offered to send one, but before I got the response from them, I contacted Smith & Wesson for her, and they said, yeah, we'll get you a new front sight out. We'll send it out to you, no problem. So now we're just waiting for the front sight to come in. In the meantime, she's looking at other sites for it. She's kind of considering the Trigicons and so forth. But we were supposed to go to a match this past weekend, and of course, this was the day before we went to the indoor range to kind of get a little practice time in and whatnot, and test out a couple things I had tested out. And that's when that happened. And of course, you know, she's left-handed, so it kind of limits her options for what gear we have available for her to use and everything for shooting competitions and things that she's used to. She's really drawn into shooting this pistol and her Glock 43. And the Glock 43, unfortunately, while she could shoot a match with it, you know, a steel challenge match, she'd have to do a mag change somewhere, I'm sure. And that would just kind of complicate things, you know, kind of slow down her times and everything and whatnot. So we kind of opted that wasn't probably the best route to go. Looked at using my 19, but just ultimately figured, you know what, we'll just wait till we get the sights taken care of, and then we'll try again next month or whatever.
Call the guys at Green Force Tactical and get a big dot put on it.
I'll check them out. I think I've heard of them, but I don't really know.
Christian Green's a good friend of mine. They have a fantastic business. They make holsters mostly. They do doing some really groovy kydex. I've got a inside the waistband, not an appendix, a regular inside the waistband that I use for a SIG P220, and I forget it's there.
Oh wow!
Because I mean that's a giant pistol. It's a big gun. You know.
Oh yeah, I got the 2G6.
Yeah. That's what I carry, and I carry it inside the waistband, and it curves into your body with the way their holsters are designed. It's a fantastic design, but they also do the XS Big Dot. So if you're doing that kind of stuff, if you've got a front sight that's come off, I mean, the Big Dot's a really neat thing to put on there, and then you could also get a holster made for it at the same time, especially if you didn't find a left-handed rig. Get those guys to do one for you.
Oh, she's got one. I mean, she's got a pretty nice setup for that right now, but
okay.
Yeah, we've got it both for 43 and for the MP Pro. But yeah, no, I appreciate that information. You just have to look into the sites that she's trying to figure out.
Yeah, if you've ever shot an XS Big Dot?
I actually have a set right here. I started trying out, and I'm not quite used to it. Just to kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the show and tell right here.
Yeah, it's a neat show. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it is a neat system. Like I said, I gotta get used to it to be able to shoot it and get a little more proficient with it because it's just a little different than what I'm used to, you know.
Yeah.
But for point and click type applications where you got to make a quick acquisition, I can see where it will be a little quicker.
Right.
So,
you guys go to Rock Castle?
I have not been there yet. I want to go there and check it out. I know they just had the Pro-Am there this past weekend, I think it was.
Yeah, I didn't get to go again. I missed it again. I went once.
Do you actually shoot those matches too?
I have, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I want to get back into doing a little bit more of that. So it just depends on, you know. But it's just, I mean, the heat index would have been brutal up there. It's awful. So.
Right. That's what I'm looking forward to being down here in the wintertime. That there might still be more options out here for shootings and stuff, but I'm not sure because like the place we were going, basically like Tar Heel 3-Gun, they do the Steel Challenge match that we tried out, and I think next month, I think it's next month of the month. Let's see, either September or October, and then after that they take like a break for a couple months from doing some of the matches, I guess. for holidays and whatnot.
Do your own 3-gun match. Do a BigGunner81 down there in a couple of years after you've established your presence in the region. You know, do your own 3-gun match. You know,
That would be cool.
You
Get
do it
put together.
Do it like in January or February or something, where it's like, you know, you'll have winter. It'll be on a Thursday, and you'll just go from there, man. It'll be you know, you can be able to find a time. The holidays are kind of rough, but you know, Mike can do it. Start off small. Do you a 3-gun match. I mean, you guys are getting sponsors and getting your name out there and stuff. That's a good way to get your name out there. And people, you know, I wish I could do one here, but there's not even a facility nearby here to do a 3-gun match.
Really? Yeah. See, that's what I'm getting used to too. Being down here, like, you know, yeah. There's indoor ranges. You know, of course, I miss the range 35, no doubt. There's indoor ranges to go to, but like outdoor ranges, there's a lot of outdoor ranges, but then there's a lot of restrictions on what you can do. I got really spoiled with the Aurora Sportsman's Club that we can move and shoot. There was some flexibility on targets, of course, no exploding targets and certain things, but you could shoot like water jugs or like fruits and vegetables or whatever. If you want to bring a pumpkin out and shoot a pumpkin with your shotgun, you could. Well, down here, it's a little more restrictive on what you can do, and I haven't found a place where I can move and shoot. You know, other than doing a match. So, again, it's also just that I'm new to the area and I haven't found these places yet. But I've also heard from other people who have been here that there really isn't a place to do that unless you have a friend that has property. And I'm like, well, that sucks. So hopefully we'll find some people that we can get together with and do some of those things and do some of the videos and stuff that we want to do. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to go to as many events and stuff as possible. And we're still settling in down here, so you know, of course, there's the whole budget thing is what I can afford to do for the year, and SHOT Show is on the list. You know, NRA Show is on the list of things I want to do. So we'll see. Cool thing is, though, being in this area now, I'm sure there's a lot of things I have yet to explore and would like to do videos on. Like there's a manufacturer that does 1911s down here that I would like to hook up with and do a video with them.
Oh yeah, Para.
What's that, Dustin?
I was saying it's Terra Ordnance, I believe.
Are they down here too?
Last I heard, unless they moved.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know all the companies. I just know a few different ones that are out here that I would like to you know, meet and check out their stuff and whatnot.
Who are you thinking of? Or
I think it's Carolina Arms, I think, or something like that. I'm probably messing up their name, so that's why I was going to mention it. But
no, it's Carolina Arms. They're kind of a boutique shop.
Yeah.
If I remember right, that's they're not a big manufacturer. They're kind of a boutique, custom kind of the. Yeah, get with them and see what's going on. They may get you. Yeah, they may get you into the underground a little bit better, like places to go shoot and stuff.
That's true too. Right. Getting to network and everything is kind of key with doing this kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. You know. But I've got a long list of things I want to do, and it's just finding the places and the time and the people and everything, and that's the fun part about it. You know, like I said, the Iraq Veteran 88 shoot, we were going to go last year, and that didn't work out. But this year, now all of a sudden, we're only about 3 hours away from that range. I think maybe not even. So that makes it a lot more doable, and yeah, for a weekend type trip and whatnot. So. But, you know, because like I said, there's a lot of expense involved with doing this stuff. You know, like SHOT Show, you could easily drop, about $2,000 going to do that, you know. Flights and meals and hotel stays and whatnot.
SHOT Show has become, it's like a sword with no hilt. You know, it's tough. It's, you know, sometimes it's worth just saving your money and going to NRA.
Yeah, I've thought about that too. I know, like, I've only been twice to SHOT, and the first time it was pretty cool. There, you know, I met Eric from Iraq Veteran 88 there, and there was a much stronger media presence than there was the last time. Last time it was kind of dwindled down. Of course, there was a whole article or whatever that was written online about that. I think from Military Arms Channel about how it lost its luster in a sense, but. Yeah, that's a whole topic about booth reviews and stuff. But, you know, I like to go and show people stuff that maybe, you know, kind of bring the people, the industry, the products, and share that with people. What's out there?
Yeah.
It's just it's a fun thing to do. So, but yes, it's also very, very expensive to go to Vegas. And like you said, NRA show, you can get a lot done there. May not be as quite big of a show, and as many things to see as people, but to cover all of what is there at SHOT Show within a week is pretty much impossible. So, yeah, NRA show is a little bit more of a better deal in that respect. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, mate, come see us at NRA. We should have a booth there again next year, so come see us.
Awesome. Are you doing a SHOT Show or no?
We don't do a booth. We usually just walk it, so just call me.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I know. I saw Joe and everybody there last time too, but I know you guys didn't have a booth then. So, all right, yeah, we'll get together on that. But yeah, so I don't know if anybody has any parting thoughts you want to throw out there. Pete, if you got anything, I know you got the 2 Gun Run.
Oh, thanks for having me. I was at Summer of Trump event right before this out here in Bolingbrook. There was former Congressman Joe Walsh, Hugh Hewitt, and Guy Benson. It's pretty good little round table going on.
That's cool.
So perfect transition to the BigGunner81.
Awesome.
Show.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. And again, the 2 Gun Run is October 7th.
7th.
Yep. And then, of course, this weekend, go out to the Range 35 Saturday, right?
Saturday for the Glock reveal.
Yep. What time does it start again?
We open at 9. So
awesome.
So we're having a drawing right now for the first 2 people for that little prize package that Glock is giving away. And they'll be the first 2 to shoot the brand new Glocks. I promise I'm not going to shoot them before them.
Nice.
My fingers are crossed.
That's awesome. So thanks again, Pete. And Dustin, you got anything you want to throw out last minute here?
No, man. Just appreciate you having me on again.
No, that's cool. Well, like I said, we got to get together sometime now because for those who don't know, he's local to me in a sense too, down here. So awesome. Thank you. And Corey, you got anything you want to mention?
I've been a little quiet tonight. My apologies.
No, that's okay.
Just started back to school for the fall semester yesterday, and just been reading a little bit and taking some notes. Hopefully, I can get my politician friend of mine out of my hometown on the show. Hopefully next week, if not, maybe the week after. He is the one that has brought the Indiana constitutional carry bill to the floor, and it is in its summer study at the moment, and they had a 5-hour session on it today. And it's going phenomenally well right now. And
good for you guys.
Big props on that. Big props. Lots of good things coming. So like I said, hopefully we can get him on here and he can talk about it. He's a former Marine. And it's good to know a lot of people from a little small town of Seymour, Indiana, doing such big things.
That is cool.
And so other than that, I'm going to school. I'm still trying to get this company off the ground, Southern Style Beards. And we're looking forward to the end of the year in 2018.
Hey, Corey, you know what they call someone without a beard?
I have no idea.
A woman.
A woman? Hey, I look like a little boy if I don't have one. So
that is from Ryan Wiggins.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew that sounded familiar. Which by the way, I did send him a link tonight. He said I might be able to jump in. I got a match for what I'm doing and this and that. So hopefully we'll get him back on again.
Well, good. I stole his joke.
I know you did.
And I don't have a beard, so there you go.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, I barely have one. I probably won't keep it growing out. But anyway, Charlie, do you have anything you want to throw out too before we wrap up tonight?
Well, good looking skull to your buddy there. It's always a good thing. I've had enough of school. I think I went through the 85th grade, so we'll just y'all just keep on fighting the good fight. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to just come check us out at Atlas Defense. We make firearms and drinking accessories and machine guns and grenade launchers. And I don't know what more you people want out of life.
I was going to say, you pretty much covered it. Throw a cigar in there, dude. I'm moving down to Louisiana.
We do a cigar cutter at one point. We had a couple of those, but I don't know if we still do those anymore or not. But check us out, and if you guys have range access in a state that allows machine guns, we'll be glad to show up with some hardware and rent them out and have a good time.
Yeah, it's called my backyard.
There you go.
Nice. But
yeah, next time you get over toward Raleigh, we'll get Scott and John Boyette with Trace Army Group. Maybe stretch out your American 223 out, see what it can do at distance.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Then your wife will not like me.
Yeah, but anyway, appreciate you all watching tonight, and until next time, as always, have fun shooting.